And welcome back, everybody, to Where's My Tell. I'm Brant,
I'm Lisa.
and this is WMT's weekly countdown, episode 8.
8.
All right, so this is for books that came out on some day this month, February 17th, I believe. Yeah, February 17th. And we know we're a little bit late with this countdown again. We'll try to, we keep saying this every week. We'll try to get on track, but it'll eventually happen. But bear with us until then. So, all right. And sorry about the glare in the picture behind me. I'll just kind of put my head here and scoot you over. It's too far. No, it's there. There we go. Hi.
I've got glare in my glasses too.
That's true. So you're just going to see our screen. Deal with it. All right. So we are here to do our top 10. And as you guys know, if we have any Marvel books in our top 5, we will give digital codes away. I can already warn you, I have none. So hopefully Lisa has at least one, so we can give some codes away. If not, we will get onto the Twitter thing. We'll try next week. We'll start with March. That seems like a good time. We'll start with March and start giving away, and we'll just give some random ones that we already have away to, maybe.
I wonder if it's better to give them away on Facebook.
Or Facebook.
Tell us.
Yeah, tell us in the comments below which you prefer, Twitter or Facebook, and we'll do it there. So, all right. And without further ado, you want to go first or we go first?
I can go first.
Okay. Start with number 10.
My number 10 was Red Thorn, issue 4.
I did not get to read this one.
Finally starting to have some things revealed. I don't know if we've talked about it much, but basically the main character, I guess there are two main characters. The god, he's a god or demigod or whatever.
Demigod, yeah.
And then the girl who she can draw things into existence.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you find out in this book. I don't know. Should I spoil it?
Yeah, it's been over a week. I haven't read it yet, but that's okay. I don't care.
She drew before she went to help out the demigod or whatever, and she disappeared. She drew herself
Yeah.
for her boyfriend, so that it would be like she wasn't really gone, and something happened there.
Okay, now I want to read this book. That sounds very interesting to me.
So that was the main reason it made cracked my top 10.
Gotcha.
I like it, but it's not usually that high.
Yes, I'm having head issues, eyebrow issues. I'm having all kinds of issues. I don't know what's going on here.
Oh, and then a new person was introduced who also has powers.
Yeah, I did flip through it. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
Oh no, not her.
Oh, not her.
Not
Somebody
her.
different. Okay.
Someone different.
Okay, I thought it was her. I assumed because
No,
both
she
came.
I think is a demigod as well.
Oh, okay.
Demigod.
Okay. Oh, I got you. That's what I thought you meant.
No.
Just the other demigod. All right. So my number 10 is the only Marvel book in my entire top 10, which is Uncanny Inhumans issue 5. And I actually really like this issue. I pointed out something to Lisa at the end of the book that she didn't even notice. But this whole issue takes place in a quiet room, and Medusa has taken their son Herba to the quiet room. This is where Black Bolt lives now. If you guys have seen Uncanny Inhumans at any point in time, or if you read any of the Secret War stuff, like weren't Star-Lord and Kitty Pryde, didn't they go to the quiet room at one point? You read those things.
Oh, was
Star-Lord
that
and
what?
Kitty Pryde. I think that's what the bar was.
Oh.
I don't know. I could be wrong.
I didn't put that together.
And it's interesting that Black Bolt has not talked yet, because in the quiet room he can talk.
He can?
Suppose it used to. I don't know if that's still the case, but he does not talk here at all.
Huh.
So it's very interesting what's going on. But you got all this stuff, and it's like in this version of the quiet room, it's like a neutral route, and you can be a villain or a hero or whatever, and you just all get along, you do your thing. And there's like underground poker games and stuff like that, and all this other stuff going on. And in the meantime, Medusa's meeting with Black Bolt, that whole thing, and as it progresses, we kind of find out there's seeds being planted to disrupt everything, and it goes to chaos by the end of the issue.
Yeah. Like every room he's shown.
Yeah.
What's the son's name?
Uhura.
Uhura. It's almost like Star Trek girl.
Yeah.
Uhura.
Yeah. It's very close.
Yeah, every room he's shown, everything goes terrible.
Yeah.
By the end.
And the interesting thing, I am going to spoil this because this is what I pointed out to Lisa.
Yeah.
Because I was like, "Did you see that?" And she was like, "No, I didn't notice that." But as they tell Black Bolt, that everything's going crazy, he's like very concerned. I'm gonna cover it. He's like very concerned. But then that last panel, you see him smirk. And now I don't know if that means he's about to open his mouth and just like kill everybody because he can't, or if this is part of his plan. Yeah, so it's very intriguing to me. I really like the direction they're going with that. So sorry, that was a very long-winded number 10.
It's cool. It was a good book.
It was.
Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. My number 9 is Superman American Alien. Are you making fun of me?
No, I'm just being stupid and goofy.
Number 4. The reason it wasn't a little higher on my list is the beginning really bored me.
Okay.
The part where the news conference part, and they were talking about Oliver and Bruce and Lex becoming.
I thought that was kind of cool. That it was a callback.
I guess, but it was boring to me.
Okay.
Once he got to, where did he go? With Oliver
Yeah.
to meet Lex. What was that place?
Oh, I don't remember. Maybe it was like Sport.
Maybe. And he met,
Super.
no.
No, Lois Lane.
No.
No.
Was it Dick? Who was it?
Oh yeah, Dick Grayson.
Dick.
Yeah.
Once he got there,
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it.
Okay. Okay.
I'm slowly learning all their names. There are too many people.
There's too many people in comics.
Too
You gotta
many
scale
people
down.
in the Bat family, and this isn't even a Batman
I
book.
know. No, that's cool.
And then he, of course, all the stuff with Bruce.
Yeah.
So,
Awesome.
I liked it.
Because it is in mine. Okay. No, mine's over here. My number 9 is a new book from, I think it's like a self-published book, I'm not sure. But it's Joe Benitez and, what's her name? Something Chen. I hate that, I can't remember her name. Because they co-created it. Marcia Chen. Yeah, Marcia Chen and Joe Benitez. It's called Wraithborn, and I guess Redux is, I don't know if that's the name of it or if it's like a subtitle or whatever. I don't know. But first of all, the art in this book, let me find when it's not so dark. It's gorgeous art. This is, if you guys have seen Lady Mechanica, this is the same guy that does that, and there's actually a reference, if I can find it real quick, there's a reference to, well actually there's an ad for Lady Mechanica, and there's, in a store they like damage some comics and they pick it up and it's actually copies of,
I think it's the next page.
yeah, Lady Mechanica. You can probably barely see it, but it's like he's holding it up right there. So I thought that was cool. This is an interesting book, and when I was reading this, I was like, this is what I wish Switch had been. It does have that Witchblade kind of feel to it because this is the guy, this is the Wraithborn, and he passes it on to unwilling and unwitting character here. I can't remember her name.
I don't remember either.
Anyway, and you know, so that's how the issue ends. The next issue she'll have this power. Actually, it starts with her having the power and then kind of flashes back to how it all happened. But I thought it was really interesting, like, again, gorgeous art here.
I like that stuff with her dad.
Yeah, I did too. Yeah, she's kind of taking care of her dad a little bit because, you know, her mom, did she pass away?
I think
Yeah.
so.
And so she's like, you know, feeding him and, you know, making sure he's, you know, eating right and all that stuff, you know, how it goes. But, and she's like the awkward shy girl that doesn't have a whole lot of friends, and it's, I don't know, it really resonated with me for some reason. So I really enjoyed it.
I liked it. I agree. Alright, my number 8 was Mighty Thor, issue 4.
Another book I didn't get to read.
Oh, you didn't?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't want to spoil it then.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah, I don't know their names. What's the guy with the half purple, half black face?
Oh, is that, is it the elf?
Yeah.
Malekith.
Him. He's a big part of this. And the Enchantress shows up.
Okay.
And Loki's still here. And Loki's just funny in this. And a few of the quips with his dad, his real dad.
Yeah.
Again.
Okay.
And,
They're frustrating.
yeah, and then the big part that I liked about it was the, I don't remember his parents' names, Odin and what's his they have
That's
this
gonna bug me.
this big
Yeah.
argument in the throne room,
Yeah.
and because she's upset him by supporting her as
supporting
Thor,
Frontline, yeah.
and it ends up with a confrontation between Thor and Odin.
Oh, okay.
It was really good.
Interesting. That's Jay's like screaming in the comments. For some reason, her name, because you asked me, just like totally
Gone.
escaped me. I know it, but I just
Probably
can't
look
think
it
of it.
up.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still haven't read the previous issue, so
That's good too.
Yeah.
I read them back to back, so they sort of
kind of blend together. Yeah,
a little bit.
that happens. Okay. All right. So my number 8 is a book that I believe is on both of ours. Yeah.
Well, this is my number 7.
Oh, okay. So
works out.
we can both talk about it right now. So my number 8 or number 7 is Huck. I think it's number 4. Yeah, number 4. We both really love this series.
Yeah.
And did you know his brother's name? His brother's name was Tom. Tom Huck.
No, I did not.
You didn't catch that?
Oh man, I feel terrible now.
Yeah. So I thought that was interesting. But we get a revelation about his brother in this issue, and this cover is kind of misleading because it makes you think one thing, but it's actually that's his mother, and his mother's pretty cool.
You get
She's
a
pretty
lot
tough.
of her backstory.
You get a lot of her backstory, and you get a revelation about his brother. And I don't know if we should spoil it or not. You don't think we should
I
spoil it?
don't think it's just spoiled.
Yeah. But let's just say his brother has a lot more answers than he does. And, first of all, again, beautiful art in this book.
Always.
Yeah. And it's just, you got some nice touching moments with Huck and Tom and his family and supporting cast and
I
so
like
forth.
the part where his brother was telling him that, I forget her name, the girl has a crush on him, and he really didn't believe it.
Yeah, he was like, no, she's the most beautiful girl in town. There's no way. Yeah, he's just so innocent and naive.
Oh yeah, and all the little side quests they have you do first.
Yeah, there was a emergency. Yeah, it was like they're on their quest to go find the mom, and Huck has to stop to. What was the first one? It was like, oh yeah, there was a fire or something. Yeah, there was a fire, and he had to rescue people. Then he had to help ducks cross the road, and had to help a circus train that toppled over and stuff like that. It was just fun stuff, and then that reveal, and it's like, where are you gonna go with this? And they're really like, they bring up his life, and kind of make him this star, and then they start to tear things down a little bit, and it's gonna be very interesting from this point forward.
I agree.
Anything else to add on that one?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so I guess I move on to my number 7,
Yeah.
since you already did yours. My number 7 is Birthright, number 14. A little lower just because I'm kind of tired of the current place they are at in the story. And basically, excuse me, Brennan, which is Mikey's little brother, or actually older brother, but he's young because Mikey's old now. You don't know because you're Mikey, he got sucked into this fantasy world type thing, and they thought that killed him. And it turns out he was just in this fantasy world, and then he comes back and he's a full-grown adult, but it's only been a year.
Jumanji.
Kind of, yeah. So his older brother is like now his little brother in a way. But anyway, they're together, and Brennan's like starting to call him out on all this, and they almost kind of go their separate ways. But in the meantime, the detective, who we already know is dirty and kind of working for the fantasy side, is trying to get the dad to lead him to the kids. And that's kind of where it leaves off. They've surrounded them with all the cops, the entire police force, and they're about to, it's about to be a big showdown. So that's why it was a little bit lower, because it was light on the action this time. But some interesting things, because the mother and his pregnant girlfriend, that he doesn't even know is there, are on the lookout for them too. And it's like everything, all of them are converging into this one spot, so it's about to blow up. So next issue should be very exciting.
Quiet before.
The storm, yeah, exactly.
Alright.
Number 6.
Number 6 for me was Wonder Woman. Spider Woman.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. Spider Woman issue 4.
Yeah. A lot of issue 4s and stuff.
It is a lot of issue 4s. And it's finally the end of this scroll arc. The scroll on the, what is it called?
It's in a black hole.
The hospital in the space.
The hospital in the space. In the space. Freeze. There we go. Okay.
A little
Sorry.
bit.
Okay, we're good.
And I had to put it on my list just because she has the baby.
She does have the baby.
Finally.
It was a good book. It was a little bit lower for me. It was like number, let's see, 11, 12, 13 for me out of 17.
I thought there was enough here for it to make my top 10.
Okay.
And the joke at the end about his life never being normal.
Oh yeah, that was funny. There's some funny stuff in it, and I love that, you know, she's like, sew me up, I gotta beat a bunch of scrolls, and she just goes into action in her hospital gown and stuff, and you know, and I love the prince, the scroll prince, and he's like, you're the one with the butt, because you know that's the whole reason the costume changed, because she had that controversial comic cover, which her butt was like sticking out, and yeah, there was a lot of funny parts about it. I just enjoyed other books better.
I can understand that, but I liked it.
I do have to call issue with this cover though. Look how long her neck is. What is up with that? It's just not natural.
Maybe it's the way she's hanging.
Okay. Defend it. Alright. My number 6 is Tomb Raider #1. This is a different creative team than the previous Tomb Raider series, and this is based off the current video game franchise. You know, same storyline and everything. And I love this book because I fell in love with that game, and I wouldn't stop playing it until I beat it.
No, he wouldn't.
Yeah, I just played it, but I just got the first one. Well, actually, I had it for a while. I didn't realize it. But, I got the first one, and I played it over the holidays, and I just did not stop. So there was characters from the game in here, obviously, that you know I became familiar with and everything. And she's in this place where she's a little further along than she was in the game, but she's still training and still trying to, you know, get up to the Laura Croft that we know. And so it's more of it's pastels. It's more of an origin story. That's what this whole thing is.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was kind of a reboot. That's what they did with the whole thing. So that's why I really enjoyed it. And like that character who was in the game,
Oh.
and the girl, I can't remember her name.
A friend that she meets at the beginning.
Maybe, probably.
I liked her training
Yeah.
with her to learn how to harness her hearing
Yeah,
as
which
part of her fighting.
yeah, exactly. There's like, and it's not that somebody on the live show said she had superpowers. She doesn't have superpowers. She just has skills. But they are. I know you didn't like the whole plot that they're looking for this mushroom that bleeds black. But you know there are mystical elements. There was a mystical element to the game too. It had nothing to do with her. It had to do with what she was facing in the game. And it was like this. They were on this island. They were stranded on an island. That's how her whole story started. And there was like these shogun warriors that were like long time dead that came back to life, and it was a spiritual kind of supernatural thing.
It wasn't. I don't know. It was just that it was a mushroom.
Yeah,
It's so strange.
I know, but we don't know where that's going. It could
Yeah.
be really bad mushroom. You know what happens when you get some bad shrooms. I don't know because I don't do that kind of thing. But that's what they say on TV shows. I don't know. But that's why it's my number 6. It wasn't quite good enough to be my top 5. Good start.
Okay.
Okay. Top 5 time.
Now Wonder Woman, issue 49. This finally seemed to not be a filler issue.
And naturally, I didn't read it.
The last one was a bit, and it sort of led into this one. And some things are revealed about Hera in this book,
Really?
where she might not be exactly who she, or she's been misrepresenting herself to her in a way.
Okay.
I don't want to spoil it.
Okay, that's fine.
But the whole premise is Zeke is sick,
Mm-hmm.
and so she's trying to find a way to heal him. And so there's a new character introduced that I'm not really sure she should trust. It's like they're making you question both sides.
They talked about the Hecate or whatever.
Yeah.
They talked about her on the live show a little bit.
Yeah, she's the god of magic or something.
Yeah. Okay.
So, but
I feel like this eye is not all the way open. Sorry, I keep fooling with it. Allergies.
I think you should read it.
Okay, yeah, I definitely will. I just didn't have time this week. So. All right, so my top five. My number five is Archie, number 6. Almost said number 5. Archie number 6. By the way, I love that cover.
Yeah, it's
Absolutely
really
love that
good.
cover. I had a lot of fun with this issue.
I can't remember what happened.
Can't remember what happened.
I read back to back again.
It's the Reggie issue.
The Reggie.
Yeah, I think I like the previous issue better.
Where he gets hit on the head with the baseball?
Yeah, Archie gets hit on the head with the baseball.
Okay.
With a softball.
Softball.
Yeah, it's that whole issue.
Okay.
I will say that this is the new ongoing artist for Archie. I like her art. I think it fits. Veronica Fish, I believe is her name. But this story, like you said, Archie gets hit in the head with a softball, and there's a lot of funny moments with that because they're like, what day is it, son? Football. It's just stupid stuff like that. Classic kind of Archie stuff. But in the meantime, you're getting to know Reggie and how he's trying to weasel his way into the Lodge family.
Yeah.
And
I should have put this one a little higher. I didn't realize it was this issue.
oh, okay. No, that's fine. And then the whole the culmination is that Mr. Lodge finds out who destroyed his mansion,
Yeah.
and that's not gonna set well for Archie.
And Mr. Lodge seems like a terrible person.
Yeah, and yeah, he is. He always has been. But I love that they're over Archie's bed, concussion. His parents are there, and Betty's like, "It's my fault. I hit him in the head," and the mom and dad are like, "From the diamond? That's got 450 feet. What kind of bitch?" And they're like, they don't. Archie doesn't even exist at that moment. They're just excited about the hit that Betty had. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's good.
And I don't know. I just love this relaunch of Archie. It's so good, so fun, and modernized, but still has that classic Archie vibe to it in a way. So, I will say this: the casting for the Archie TV series Riverdale on CW is very worried. They cast everybody but Veronica so far, I think.
Oh, really?
They cast Cheryl Blossom now.
I
The
don't know.
redhead. The redhead, yeah, you're
know.
not a long time Archie reader. There's a redhead that occasionally comes into the picture that kind of gets in between Betty and Veronica. Just something different, of course. So she's there now, Cheryl Blossom, Cherry Blossom, and I can play on words or whatever. So yeah, they've cast her, they cast Jughead as one of the kids from Sweet Life with Zach and Cody. And Luke Perry is that guy, Archie's dad. What? I just don't understand.
I'm gonna like having Luke Perry in a new show.
Okay. 9021 Riverdale.
Yeah.
Alright, so
Well, they do have like a soda shop kind of thing they hang around at,
Peach
right?
Pit, yeah, that's true.
Alright, my number 4 is one we already talked about. Uncanny Inhumans. So, where's that one? The Quiet Room stuff. So we can give away the code for this one.
Oh yeah.
All I have to say is that Bagman guy.
Flagman.
Flagman. That makes more sense. He's super creepy.
He is creepy. And,
Did y'all see that? That's them.
yeah.
Ugh.
And this is actually, is this issue 5 or 6? 5?
5.
This is actually his first appearance in Marvel Comics, period. That's the first time we've ever seen him. I looked it up.
Yeah, because I asked, I was like, who is that creepy guy?
Yeah, because I'd never seen him before either, so he's one of the new humans.
Alright,
Oh,
you're better at it.
okay, there's your code for, well, maybe, there's your
There it
code
is.
for Uncanny Inhumans number 5. Yay. Alright.
And now I'm even more interested to see the next issue now that you pointed out that thing, that
the
last
smirk,
panel.
yeah. Alright, so my number 4 is also a book we already talked about, which is Superman American Alien, number 4. And actually, it's number 4. Another one. And I really enjoyed it. I get it was kind of slow to begin with, but I love the callback to when he was pretending to be Bruce Wayne,
Yeah.
and then like all he's like Bruce, and he's like, I thought that was fun. And then the whole Dick Grayson thing where they're sizing each other up, I
Yeah.
thought that was brilliant.
That was my favorite part.
Yeah, I absolutely love that. So there you
And when Dick was like, you cheated,
go.
or something.
Which we know he did because he used X-ray vision.
Yeah. Alright. My number 3 is Extraordinary X-Men, issue 7.
That fell just out of my top
Just
5.
out.
Or top 10, rather.
I didn't think I was even gonna read it because he told me they were in Weird World,
Yeah.
and I'm not really enjoying the Weird World stuff. But then I read the first issue before this, and like they're barely there.
Yeah.
And you still have the team
In the
present day,
yeah, well, not.
or you know what I mean.
Yeah, the main universe. Yeah, right.
You have Jean and Storm.
Mm-hmm.
They go into Nightcrawler's mind in this issue.
Yeah.
And that was really interesting. That was the part I liked the most, and the stuff with magic while she's in Weird World.
I like the stuff with magic, and you know, her learning. It was it this issue or last issue that she learned that there were like multiple realms in.
I think it was this one.
Yeah.
The very beginning. No, it was the last one.
Okay.
That's how they got to Weird World, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
With
that's
the little
right.
girl.
Which tells us how people keep coming and going from Weird World. We finally learned that.
Yeah,
to
that's
go through these
true.
portals.
And then that guy that the one that was casting this spell for all the ghosts or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And she goes in there and he warns her about the future.
Right.
So that was interesting.
Yeah. The only reason this one fell out. I mean, I love that cover though. The only reason it fell out, and we talked about this on the live show, is that it was weird that seeing all those dead bodies is what broke Kurt, because he's seen death many times, and it was a bit of a stretch to get him. And I get they're all mutants, and I don't know. It was a little weird.
I imagine they were referencing the Holocaust.
Oh, of course they were.
But
And maybe that's why he's he's German.
yeah.
So he definitely has history with that.
Right. So
But I get that.
maybe it was just the amount of people.
Maybe.
And the fact that they're all his people.
Yeah. Or maybe he just felt hopeless and helpless and all that stuff. But I don't know. It felt like it was like, you've been doing this for quite a while. You died and come back. You've literally been to hell.
Yeah.
Been to heaven, and you've seen all this stuff. So it was kind of weird that would just like turn him into this ball of mush and corner ball.
I wonder if there's more to it.
There might be. So we'll just have to wait and see. But it was my number 11. But moving on to my number 3 was I Hate Fairyland, number 5.
This is my number 2.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. So we'll talk about this one.
Yeah.
I absolutely love this book.
I did too.
I mean, just every issue, it just gets better and better for me. But this one in particular, I love that, we start off happy, just finds the key, like, it's all
It
cotton
was
candy and
nothing.
rainbows, and she's just like, I got it. And then out of nowhere comes Gertrude, and she's got the power of this evil, demon-like character, and she's riding a dragon, and she's like, I'll take that key now. And go ahead.
Just you find out she went through this whole gauntlet kind of thing.
Yeah, in between last issue and this
to earn
issue.
his power.
Right, and she gets his powers, and the funny thing is, she gets to the end. She's finally got the key. She's at the door. She opens the door. She's about to finally, after 27 years, go back home, and she's like, you know what? I'm gonna kill the queen.
Well, the queen egged her on.
Yeah, the queen did egg her on because she probably knew.
Yeah.
And we're gonna spoil this because I can't not spoil this. But so if you haven't read it, you might want to fast forward.
Yeah.
But
it's a major spoiler.
yeah, so the queen's egging her on, and she's like, I can't take this anymore. I'm gonna kill the queen. So she kills the queen, and the door slams shut. She can't go through it, and it's like, well, the rules are it's kind of like the Santa Claus. You kill the queen, you become the queen. So now she's stuck there forever as the queen of Fairyland. And the last panel is just like her sitting in the throne, like.
Yeah. And so we get a little hiatus, I think, while they release the trade, and then the next issue.
Yeah, I think it's at least 2 months, maybe 3, before the next issue or next arc comes out. And it was interesting. He wrote in the back how this was only going to be a one-shot, and then it became a mini-series. Now he's like, I'm going to continue this on because it's so much fun, and everybody loves it. So
I love it.
Yeah, we both do.
That first issue, I wasn't sure.
Yeah, we
And
both were
then
like, and I remember we talked about it. It was like, did we like it? Did we not? We don't know. It was hard to digest because it was just so different.
Yeah.
But yeah, I fall in love with it. Every time I mention this on the live show, Mike's like, "Oh, jeez."
I know.
It's funny. All right, so I guess I'll move on to my number 2 then, which is that both our number 1?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. My number 2 is Titan's Hunt. Number 5. I guess you didn't like this one.
I didn't read it. I dropped it.
Oh, okay. That's right. That's right. 'Cause
I
you,
don't understand
Right.
what's going on, so I'm just gonna wait for
Yeah.
Rebirth.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, Rebirth, because you have no connection with the previous Titans and everything. I understand that. And this is one of the 2 books that I actually got the Neil Adams variant. I didn't like the regular cover for it. But this issue, it wasn't. I had problems with it. It wasn't perfect, but it was really good. And
So it's still your number 2. It's gotta be pretty.
it is still my number 2, and it's like we're seeing a lot of art. Look at that art. It's just some gorgeous art. But we're getting a lot of overlap with like the old Titans, and we're still getting the flashbacks back and forth with Twister and something that happened with them in the past, and they're still trying to remember, why they have this connected past and everything. And Nightwing actually refers to himself. He calls them by their names. He says Wonder Girl and Aqualad, and he calls himself Robin.
Mhm.
And they're like, that's the panel I didn't like, but it was probably, like Jay said, it was probably a callback to like the cheesiness of those old comics. When he does it, I can't find the panel, but both Aqualad and Wonder Girl, they're like, "Did you hear what you just said?" It was kind of corny, but I still like it. And Hawk and Dove come into play here, and Dove, she's the one that's left on the outside of this, because in the previous 2, Dove was a guy, now it's a girl. So it was Dawn, D-O-N, now it's D-A-W-N. So it's like she's the one that's outside the fringe of this whole thing, and she doesn't understand what's going on.
So Hawk and Dove were 2 guys?
Yeah, they were brothers.
Oh. Are they brother and sister now?
No, they're just friends or colleagues or whatever. I can't remember the thing.
Okay.
But I don't know. It's and there's revelations, and it feels like we're finally building up to this climax, and it's gone on a little bit long, but I don't know. I enjoyed this issue for what it was. So that's my number 2.
Cool.
So our number 1 book is a VC book. So I guess we will get.
Oh, did we give away the codes that we were supposed to?
Oh, you didn't give Extraordinary. We gave Uncanny.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah,
Just those
that's
2?
it.
Okay. You can give Extraordinary, and then you can start talking about our number 1 pick.
Okay. Sorry about that.
No, it's alright. Actually, you start talking, and I'll. There we go.
Alright. Both of our number 1
Mhm.
was Poison Ivy, Cycle of Life, issue 2.
Life and Death.
Sorry, Life and
Yeah. Love that cover, too.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Yeah. Alright, now I'm going to show this code for Extraordinary X-Men number 7. There you go. Alright.
I love the end of this book. And it won me over. Just that.
I know they thought it was cheesy on the live show, but I liked the Gotham's Got Talent a little bit. I just thought that was
She's got
the guy, the other doctor.
talent.
He's like, I didn't want to be a scientist. My passion was to try out for Gotham's Got
Oh
Talent.
yeah.
Remember that?
I do.
I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah.
And
There it is.
yeah, we both like those kind of shows.
Yeah.
So, well, not necessarily America's Got Talent. I don't like that one, but American Idol stuff like that. But
It's alright. But I love the art in this book.
yeah, it's gorgeous art.
That page especially.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can talk about it a little if you want.
That's all you can say.
Well,
You love the end.
I love the end, and I don't know if we should give that away.
Oh
Did
yeah,
you
we
already?
did. We spoiled the heck out
Oh,
of it.
okay. She's been working on this hybrid human and plant.
Plant and animal. It starts off with plant and animal.
Plant and animal. And at the end, she basically has given birth
Plant babies.
Plant babies.
I'm gonna
and she's
show it, so
holding
if you
them.
guys don't want to be spoiled,
So she's created her own family
plant babies.
because she wants people that are like her.
Yeah, and I thought that was very interesting as well. And throughout the issue, we learned that.
Yeah.
We learned that she's kind of being framed for
Yeah.
these murders because they're all like toxic plant-based murders or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And
was like her partner or the woman that was working the closest with her
Yeah.
was killed in this
Yeah.
episode.
Issue. Yeah, and then the other doctor towards the end and stuff, and yeah, it's very interesting. And she gets found out, like her boss knows who she is,
Yeah.
and all that stuff. So I really enjoyed this issue. I love this series actually. It's really surprised me. So that's why it's our number one.
Yep.
I guess. But that's gonna wrap up.
Plant babies.
Yeah, Plant Babies. Plant Babies gets us number one. That's gonna wrap up this episode of the Countdown, our top 10, and we've talked about eventually doing our full list on the comic Frontline in written format. We have not gotten to a point where we can actually do that yet, but we hope to do that. Start doing that soon.
Yeah.
We'll keep you guys posted. Watch our Facebook page.
Yeah. We're just debating on how to format it.
Yeah, format it and finding the time to actually do it too. So, very busy at the moment, but we'll work it out. And again, if you guys want to see any other kind of content on our channel, please let us know in the comments what you'd like to see from us. As you guys know, we do hauls, countdowns, we do one box, and sometimes we do fitness stuff. Very, very, very rarely we'll do a vlog.
Yeah.
So if whatever you guys want to see, let us know, and we'll see if we can accommodate or not. But until next time, thanks for watching. Let us know what your top 10 was, maybe.
Yeah.
Subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.